then it depends on what dinosaur it is. If it's a 3 slot, such as an aloe. Hello everybody and welcome to another Path of Titans video. Today we are playing as Edmontosaurus Annectens. Now, if you don't remember, this was the very first dinosaur that I ever made a video on, like, with commentary. So, this is kind of a big step for me, from seeing where I was to now where I am. I am once again welcomed here with Raven. She's that eotrike you can see in the distance. If I turn on my hood, I'm all bloody and stuff because she hit me.
I gave you a beautiful scar. Don't
You
complain.
did. Look at the scar on my face. Anyway, so yes, today we're playing as Edmontosaurus Annectens, the only other 6 slot in the game that isn't an Argent. And in this video I'm going to be going through my build, not really the skin because I use loads, but I'll be going through what build I'm using, why I'm using it, and also the ups and downsides of it. You know, not focusing mainly on the build, but I will be mentioning that, purely because this dinosaur is one of those that I stick with and I main a lot. It's one of my main dinosaurs. So anyway, now that intro's out the way with and Raven said her highs, I hope you guys are having a great day, and I hope everyone's doing alright, because, you know, safety. And also, I want to say a massive thank you, don't know why I said it like that, but a massive thank you to those who are liking, sharing and subscribing. We've just reached a massive milestone of 350 subscribers, which, wow, passed my expectations so much. I didn't think we'd ever get this far, but we are, so hopefully we can keep going. I have made a small goal to get to by the end of this video, or not the end of this video, but the end of the year. I'm aiming to be 500 subscribers with 5,000 total channel views. Because, oh, that's a nice skin, I like that. Because right now we're at 34,000 channel views and 350 subscribers. So we can do it, we can get there. So, yeah, now that that's the intro out of the way, yeah, we're playing on Divine Beast Server 1 as usual, because that's just the main server that I play. In fact, it's the only one I play. And currently we are in Green Hills. Now, whilst I eat these delicious tiger nuts, and Raven's doing some things, practicing I guess, I'm going to go over my build that I have on my Annectens, and then I'll explain why. So, first we've got the head for regular bite damage, then we've got the sense. I'm using dense bones because less bone break, as well as the fact that you swim better, and you get 10% more defense. Yes, you lose 10% more speed, but in my opinion, it's a very, very good trade. You know, you get so many bonuses for 10% less speed on a dinosaur that's already slow. So, it just works. Then you've got the front stomp. Now, this is something I changed today, and it is working so well. So, the metabolism I'm using is called Glutton. It's unique to this dinosaur only, and basically it lets me eat berries, flowers, fruit, insects, nuts, and roots. I eat more per bite. I get 10% more defense, I lose 5% more speed, I lose 20% of my stamina, and my food and water drains much quicker. But I get a wider range of things to eat, and I'm tankier. So, yes, if you don't want to keep eating a lot, that's a bit of an issue, but for me, I like to walk around a lot, and food is something I always come across, so this works perfectly for me. Then hide, I've got resilience, because increased bleed and venom healing, something you need on a big dinosaur. This one also unique to Edmontosaurus, but only good if you're traveling when it's quiet. You get increased trot speed by 25%, allow Annectens to turn better whilst trotting, and able to eat and drink more by 20%, so you like store up food. 5% less armor, 5% less damage on all attacks. So downside in fighting, but for moving around, absolutely wonderful. Legs, got both kicks, and then this, another unique thing to this dinosaur. Deep breath, use the Annectens' huge lungs to full effect, allowing it to have far more oxygen in order to help it cross large bodies of water, better even if out of stamina. So basically, I calculated it, on Divine Beasts you get 3 minutes of oxygen with this, which doesn't sound a lot, but trust me, it's a huge amount. Then you've got the tail attack, and a unique voice call it's called Earthshaker. Basically, you get 10% more attack and 25% more health recovery when out of combat. The attack is in combat, the recovery is out of combat. So, you know, and it stacks. So if you, let's say you have 2 of these in a group, that's 20% more attack, and you heal 50% faster. It's brilliant. I'm also playing as the defense.
You should probably also mention that it does also stack with the Regalis.
Yes, Regalis and Annectens, they do stack together. So an Annectens doing its voice buff will affect Regalis, same the other way. So I'm currently using the defense subspecies because, just like Argent, you're really big, you're fat, you're tanky, you're slow, so there's no point in trying to change that. The only exception for that is Amp, but that's special. Anyway, so, now that we've got this long intro out of the way with, you know what build I'm using, you know why I'm using it, let's get this video on the roll. It can just go round to your ass, and you can't do anything. Because you got such a larger turn radius with it. It's much better if you have a high distance.
If my butt is against the wall, and you can only go through at, you know, either side, if I charge you, where are you gonna go? Because you can only come at my sides. You can't go to my butt.
Then it depends on what dinosaur it is. If it's a 3 slot, such as an aloe. Oh god. Raven, I'm putting that in the video. Oh, this is going in.
I'm jump scared.
Don't worry, it's fine. I don't think it knew I was here. You can phase tank it. Well, this guy seems pretty good. Never mind. Never mind. Yeah. Never mind. Well, that's going in the video. That was exciting.
I'll take that. Oh, that's a
So guys, we just killed a Z-Rex. It ran right into Raven. Where did it come from?
My butt. It came from somewhere behind you to the left, that way.
That's not how that should work. Where did it even come from? It just appeared.
Well, unless it just spawned in and attacked out of nothing.
I am now realizing the absolute size of Annectens. I mean, that was an adult Z-Rex. That's a 4-slot carnivore.
I don't know if it was an adult. It doesn't... Either
no,
that
it was.
Or...
Dropped a trophy.
Oh, well, shit, you're right. Oh, you know what? The reason it looks weird to me is because it's not the same subtype I use.
Yeah, it's the same subtype I use. I use the attack sub. Oh my god, this thing is massive. You know, I remember when this thing first got added and how, like, Gizly was like, oh, it'll make bars look like a midget, because at the time...
Hey, compy, come here! Here's little guy.
Because at the time, bars was the biggest hadrosaur we had. But then Annectens got added, and it's like, it's twice as wide as bars, much taller and longer. It's just ridiculous how strong it is. So anyway, guys, yeah. Raven, stop looking at the small things. Anyway, so, yeah. Got the intro done, and just had a fight there. So, oh, okay.
He said, ooh,
so,
free meal.
There's one reason why I like Annectens so much apart from its size, and that's because it's a duckbill hadrosaur. Now, if you don't know already, duckbill hadrosaurs have a very unique way of eating. They're one of the very few dinosaurs that can actually chew. And they do this by opening and closing their mouth, you know, as chewing is, by grinding the 2 molars, or not 2 molars, but the molars from the top and the bottom, and they basically grind vegetation between that before swallowing it. I'll show it in this video, because what Divine actually did when making this thing, good attention to detail, is when you eat off a berry bush, you actually can see it chewing, so it's not... Oh, What's happening over there? Is that raptor having a go? Oh, it is. He has got no way of protecting its butt.
It's okay. I stepped on him.
Alright, good. Just make sure you're alright. She's not gonna live long. I didn't say anything though. So, yeah. Basically, duckbill hadrosaurs have the... maybe I'll do it with roots? No, I don't do it with roots. But when you eat bushes, you do have a unique animation where you will actually just rip off food, and then you will chew it. And it looks like a small detail, and not really noticeable, and you shouldn't really care, but I like it. It's an amazing attention to detail for such an amazingly unique dinosaur. Not as like just Edmontosauruses, but duckbill hadrosaurs in general. They're some of the most, in my opinion, some of the best dinosaurs that are ever around. Second to giant sauropods, the titanosaurs. Since they are my favourite ones, I like the titanosaurs, giant sauropods, which is why I'm really, really excited for Amphicolias to be a thing. I probably said that wrong, but that's basically DB's version of a giant sauropod, because right now we've got PTs, which is a Argentinosaurus, and it's massive, biggest thing in the game we have so far. But Divine is making something bigger. It's unlike Argentinosaurus, it's gonna be lengthways like a Diplodocus with its neck, unlike Argent where it's like a brachii, so it goes up. Amphicolias, I probably said it wrong, but that's how I say it. It's going to be like Diplo, it's going to be just completely long. And due to that fact, it should also be bigger in general, but about 2 to maybe 3 times longer, which I just find absolutely insane. Like, what's your opinions on that, Raven? Because Argent's already pretty big. What's your opinions on something bigger?
Well,
Do you have any
my
opinions on it?
Once you're done yelling, my opinion on something bigger is it's cool as long as it doesn't get stuck on trees. It's, you know, aiming hitbox is good. For example, with Argent, as a baby, you have to aim 5 miles out in front of you.
That is true. That is very true. Now, the dinosaurs, like, know when... It's not even been started, I don't think, Amphi, but, from what I've, like, looked up about it, it should be, like... It should be pretty strong. I don't really know what attacks it will have. I think they might be on a stat sheet somewhere. But I definitely know it will have a tail attack, because it's a sauropod, so it should. And, like, this is all just speculation because of, like, how I'm picturing it. It might have some sort of shake, similar to Argent, to stop stuff like Thals and other flyers from attacking it. And I'm guessing it will have stomps as well. A lot of stomps, and maybe kicks. But I wonder if they're gonna do another close attention to detail with it, where stuff like giant sauropods, including Diplodocus, was so big that when walking they needed to have 3 out of 4 feet on the ground at once, otherwise they'd possibly fall over, or wouldn't be able to balance. So I'm hoping that Divine Beast is a similar thing. The walking might look a bit janky, but dinosaurs shouldn't be smooth. Like, if you look at something like Rex...
If you look at Annectens, it's practically the same walking. For the most part, you have 3 feet on the ground when you're moving 1.
Yeah, that's just because of its pure size. It needs, like, the structure of its legs to hold it up.
What I'm saying is, if you're worried that a sauropod, they won't model a sauropod to do the same thing, I think your worry is unneeded. Unnecessary? Yes.
I know, it's just that, like... I don't know. It's just that with that Ampliosaurus? Yeah, that one. Ampliosaurus, I don't feel like they did it. Yeah, I don't feel like they did it with that.
Necessarily huge enough for that.
Yeah, it's kind of a small sauropod, but...
Well, like, there's also one thing that I want to mention. The one detail I'd love to see with more sauropod more sauropod dinosaurs added to this game, is the tail being able to reach to the sides, especially with a tail that ends in like a whip, essentially. So like Diplodocus was known, I believe it was I'm gonna say the name wrong because it's been so many years. Diplodocus and
You can do it.
Apatosaurus.
There we go.
They were both
You
known
mean-
for having whip-like tails that were believed to have actually functioned like a whip.
Yeah, like if you... A good example of that is walking with dinosaurs. Let's take the example of the belated big owl when they're running in the big salt flat desert thing. You can see the Diplo's tail constantly swaying and doing little swirls. I'm pretty sure that's what you mean by like the whiplash tail.
Yes.
Like the tails weren't just straight like Argent's was or like Annectens.
But I'm
It would
saying,
like
like,
swirl
even
and
in
move
the
around.
like, I'd love to see
That
it.
would be really nice to see.
I would love to see it even in like a tail, like a tail attack function, like being
Yeah.
able to see the tail tip just
Like swirl and whip,
Yeah.
rather than just like do a little wiggle, which we currently have for every tail attack in the game. You know what? I might make a suggestion for that if they haven't already planned it, because that is a pretty cool detail. Thanks, Raven.
attention to details. It's what makes things run in this world.
That's why Divine has some of the best mods on Pop. Just the immense attention to detail, as well as the fact that they're just very unique in general. Like Annectens, the only one of its like type of a mod. Oh, are you okay?
Nope, that's a Metry. Actually, I'm okay. It's a stupid Metry. Stuck on a rock.
What happened to your health?
Oh, I never finished healing after the zoo.
Oh, I thought you was full.
Nope.
Silly Metry. God, I just can't get over the size of Annectens. You don't notice it when you're on your own. Like, if you ever see a clip of me walking on my own like this, you don't notice. As soon as you put it against something like EO or Metry, you start to get a feel of the absolute sheer scale of this thing. It's ridiculous.
Especially, like, this is the same way I am with Impelio.
Although Amp's kind of the opposite for me, because it's a sauropod, you feel big. You put it next to Argent, it looks so small. Like, a baby Argent in this game, poorly designed because it's so large as a baby, but a baby Argent is about the same size as an adult Amp, or Amp, and it looks so odd.
Do we have room for me to
Although-
become an amp?
Yes we do, you're the same slot as an Amp right now.
All the talk about it's making me itching to play an amp.
Maybe after, but for the video, let's just continue now.
There.
EO's doing pretty good, plus you're a bit rusty on EO, because you haven't used it in a while.
I haven't used EO in probably 6 months.
You haven't used it since it got the update of, like,
No.
not having a bite and tail attack. Oh, Metry's back.
I know. I was watching it.
What is this guy's issue?
He's hungry.
Yeah, well, there's like AI bodies that don't spawn too far away
But
from
that's
here.
not fun.
He doesn't need to have fun, he's gonna end up dying.
My
I'll-
new try trick
Ow.
is paying dividends.
Ow. God, this guy is irritating. And he's dead. Oh, what a poor guy. Anyway, so what was we talking about? We
were talking
about how
about
a bit rusty on
sauropods.
EO. Yeah, sauropods. I really like sauropods, if you couldn't tell. They're, in my opinion, they are the most majestic thing on this planet to ever exist. Apart from the orca. That's special to me. But anyway, so I don't really know what about sauropods apart from the size that I like. I'm pretty sure it is just the size, because I really like how they look though, like with the massively long neck, the huge body.
You must be a fan of
And-
giraffes.
No, I hate giraffes. I hate them. They are just big horses. if you didn't already know this, guys, I have a fear of horses because when I was like 9, one picked me up by my shoulder and pretty much just held me by my shoulder and then dropped me, and I hated it. I've hated horses ever since. Like, my mother tried to get me to horse ride, showed me a pony, I freaked out and I ran away. A pony. I ran from a pony. I mean, I was young at the time, like, but I've never liked horses anyway after that. So no, I don't like giraffes, because they're just horses, but taller in every way. Unnaturally tall, with the, like, knobbly things on their head. I don't even know what they are. Someone down in the comments correct me, unless Raven knows.
Did you know that giraffes only have 7 vertebrae in their neck?
I mean, now that you say that, that does make sense, because if you look at how they fight, they use their necks, and the way they bend, Jesus, I'm surprised they don't snap. But I'm guessing if they only have 7 vertebrae, that kind of makes a lot of sense, because, you know, it's not like a spine where there's not much room to bend. Because I'm guessing there's massive gaps between the vertebrae, which allows them to bend the way they do.
Was that you roaring?
I wonder how... No, that was not me roaring.
Okay, so there's
you might
another
want to heal.
Annectens.
There's another one?
Yeah, that's
God,
what
that's
I heard.
rare. Like, I've not seen many Annectens. Hopefully, this video will change that. Guys, if you don't use Annectens, or you don't use herbivores, I heavily imply you to try. Because, like, it's just such a cool dinosaur to use.
Okay, let's put it this way. In my experience with Divine Beast server, there is not enough herbivores playing, and it's, in my opinion, that's because so many people, with the way the rules on the server are set, so many people want to just all-out fight club. Herbivores are objectively, in my opinion, one of the best fighting animals there are. You just have to wait for the fight to come to you.
Yeah. See, my issue with Divine Beast servers is not the servers at all. It's a lot of the community, how they treat it as a PvP server, just with some rules, which absolutely is not. This is a semi-realism server, but some people don't even know that, and you wouldn't, judging by the player base, because they just love to fight. And I've said this in past videos, fighting can be fun, yeah, but it's not the main purpose of, like, Divine Beast servers. I've asked, like, people like Gisley before, who's high up, I've asked him if it's semi-realism, he said yeah it is, and that's because it is. That's why we have rules like we do, like no third partying, no target swapping, stuff like that. But people just seem to take advantage of it and treat it like that. But then, most of those people do end up rule breaking as well, so they get punished and then sad that they got punished. Now, there is something unique with the Edmontosaurus mod that I haven't mentioned yet, and that's because I'm kind of waiting for my hunger to empty to show you. It's a bit of a special thing with this mod. But yeah, Divine Beasts, we definitely need more herbivore players, because right now a lot of them use mainly carnivores. I love carnivores, don't get me wrong, but would I be able to play one as often as most people do? Absolutely not, no. I get so bored of it, the constant murdering and killing, it doesn't seem fun to me. I mean, then again, I grew up on the games like, single-player games like Super Mario Bros., Luigi's Mansion. Oh my god, there is another Annectens. And a Spino.
There's 2 spoons.
Oh, 2 Spinos? See, that's the only thing I also don't like about Alderon, is their Spinosaurus. It is so bad.
Looks like, I don't know if it's, well, it might be small subadult. Either it's tiny,
no, that's
or
adult.
Annectens, or it is huge.
Annectens is huge, that's an adult Spino. Anyway guys, so we've just cut from that mountain over there, and as you can see, I've started to starve to death. I'm actually losing health faster than I want to, so let's do this. So, I just wanted to show that we actually have an emo on Annectens and Regalis that you can see at the bottom, there's a new little icon down there. This is called grazing, and basically it'll fill my hunger up to a set amount. I think it's like just 10. And it's basically as a last resort to stop you from starving. I'm pretty sure you only need to do it once. Yeah, you only do it once, and that small amount of hunger that it's done right there, that's all that it does. So yeah, now I have to rely on getting food for myself. But basically that will stop me from starving to death. As long as I stand on grass. You need to stand on green grass to do it. But luckily I can eat this anthill. So anyway guys, I'm going to call the end of this video here. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and yeah, make sure to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and thank you all for watching. Goodbye.